Welcome guys to episode number 22. So what do you want to expect? What should you expect from this video? We are going to be very straightforward. And what should you be expecting? You should be expecting weekly analysis for the Forex pairs, Gold and US30. At the same time, in the last segment, we are going to give you guys how to trade NFP this week. I have to make sure that this particular idea of trading NFP is well addressed because of the new strategy that Payroll put in place last 2 weeks. So you guys have to pay close attention down to the last minutes of this video, so you guys get to see how to trade NFP this coming week. So with no much ado, we are going to go into the market and see how we're going to trade this coming week. So first of all, like I always will tell you guys, you have to pay attention to the fundamentals, that is market's intention. Look at the fundamentals before you take any trade. Pay attention to the fundamentals. So now we are going to look around what news we should be expecting this coming week. Well, yes, we all know that NFP is the news for this week, but there are other news to come in. So let's look at it. On Monday, you can obviously see there's no news coming out on Monday. There's going to be a bank holiday for the Canadians and the US. So obviously I will expect you guys to avoid trading on Monday. On Tuesday, just the ISM for US that's coming out on Tuesday afternoon. At the same time, that's of Australia's governor's speech, Reserve Bank governor's speech, which is coming out in the morning Asian time. That's Asian section. That's for Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, New York section, there's also going to be the jobs opening, their data release. Then on Thursday, what should we be expecting is CPI release for Swiss franc, and at the same time ISM release for the US, which is coming out New Year section. So on Friday is the most important news. It's one of the most popular news, which is NFP and also the unemployment rate for the Canadians. So what does this mean? It means that on Friday is when we're going to see much more volatility. So like I told you guys have to wait to the last minute, because I'm going to give you guys how to trade NFP when we are analyzing US30. So you guys have to hold on and go with me till the last minute of this video. Pay close attention. It's going to be a very brief video. So we move over to market analysis using a technical chart. So with no much waiting, so over to our technical analysis using our charts. So like we all want to know what market's direction, and like I always tell you guys, you have to make sure that you're trading at the right price and at the right time. First of all, what time do you want to be in the market? Is it when market is accumulating, whether it's manipulating or distributing? You always want to be in the market after the manipulation phase. So take for example for Euro USD, because I'm not going to take much time. For Euro USD, we should expect a sell towards this gap, market to fill up this gap. You can actually see it's actually an order area. You can obviously see an order block over here. So market is meant to sell towards this order block before it kicks off the buy. So you can see for confirmation there's an order block and there's a fair value gap for confirmation. So the moment market sells towards here is going to continue its buy. You can obviously see an order block over here, a rejection block over here. So this is a confirmation that market comes here, causes an equilibrium and moves up. So this is also could be seen as a discount price area. I don't know if you guys can see over here is a discount price area. So what does this mean? Expect to buy Euro USD from 1.597 or 1.5 or 1.1600. So you expect to buy the market all the way from here all the way to 1.1684, buy it all the way from 1600 to 1.1684. so that's 84 pips I'm giving to you guys. So with no much ado, we're going to move over to USD JPY. So for USD JPY, we should also expect an opposite is going to be dominated mostly by sellers. So what do you expect? You should expect USD JPY to buy all the way up towards here, fill up this gap, then sell from this area. So you can obviously see for confirmation that this area is actually, you can obviously see something like a here's and bottom. a head and shoulder. Can you guys see it over here? The head, the shoulder. So you expect market to come towards here, fill up this gap, and continue its sell. So this is an area of equilibrium. At the same time, you can obviously see that this area is actually a premium price area from this price movement. So you can obviously expect market to come all the way up towards here before it's sells completely all the way towards this other block over here. So price is definitely going to come and mitigate this other block over here, so you should expect to take profit from this area. So what is going to be the price area? I would advise you guys to buy it from 147.80, sell it from 147.80 all the way down to 146.80 or 146.50. So I'm giving you guys how many pips? I'm giving you guys 130 pips over here. So enjoy yourself, take risks wisely. I always do advise this, risk wisely. Yes, this is high quality content, but definitely you have to risk wisely. So that's all for USD-JPY. We move over to gold, our MVP. So gold has had this massive surge. So you guys could obviously see this massive surge from gold. You could see that it broke a strong resistance level, and definitely what do we expect? We expect price to come and retest this level before it continues its buy. So we could definitely expect price to come and retest this level before it continues the buy. So what do? We have to also at the same time look out for confirmation that price will definitely want to come and mitigate this level. So what does it mean? You can obviously see a solid fair value gap, which is definitely going to be mitigated or filled up. You can obviously expect price to come over here to this fair value area, fill it up before it continues. So these are liquidity zones that you should be expecting price to pull towards before it continues the buy. So that is what you should be expecting. Expect to buy gold from 3409 or for 3410. Buy it from 3410 all the way to 3447. So that's 470 pips I'm giving to you guys. So you guys should risk wisely. 370 pips, sorry. You guys should definitely risk wisely. So that's all for gold. We are going to move over to US30. So in this segment, so for US30, I'm going to make sure that I explain how you can actually trade NFP from this pair. So first of all, what is US30? US30 is a stock index. So what does this mean? It's a stock index that actually measures the performance of 30 high top quality, top tier companies in the US. So now these top tier companies in the US are very, very liquid, and they are very, 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 very volatile. So this is why you experience volatility is mostly experienced in US30. So now what do we look out for? We are looking out to see a bullish continuation from US30. You would want to buy it from 44.936. I'm giving you guys a signal over here, so pay close attention. Buy it from 44.936, buy it all the way up to 45.554. You could also buy it all the way up, but definitely you want to be very, very realistic when you're taking your profits. So 44.936 all the way to 45.554. So this is a huge amount of ticks I'm giving you guys. So that's all. So now how do we apply this to the NFP news? First of all, I told you guys last week that there is this new strategy that was imposed by Payroll. Why? Because of the slump. There was a massive drop from 114k to 73. So you could see that there was an obvious drop in an employment rate for the US last August. So what does it mean? He had to come with this news last 2 weeks Friday during the FOMC release, like the Fed interest rate release. He was like, there is a possibility of an interest rate cut. So what does this mean? It means that once there's an interest rate cut, companies tend to perform better. Why? Because now they can access capital with less expenses. So their borrowing power is improved, because the interest that comes with borrowing is reduced. You understand? So now they have much more capital. There's a much more capital flow. So now what does this mean? It means that people are going to invest. People are going to invest because these companies are going to perform better. So what does this mean? It means there's going to be an increase in value. So that's why you get to see this huge bullish move when Powell when Powell talked about the possibility of an interest rate, a possibility, and you could see this massive bullish move. So that, what does this mean? It means that if NFP still comes out negative, then that means that there is definitely going to be an interest rate cut. So what does this mean? It means that once NFP releases a data that is below the forecast is at 78 now, but if it releases a data that is below 74 or let's say 60 something or 68, that means that you're going to see a huge sell, you're going to see a huge buy, you're going to see a massive huge buy for US30. So that means that once there is going to be once there is an interest rate cut, once there's an interest rate cut, what it means that the value of dollar is going to depreciate. So that means that you're going to also see a massive bullish move for gold. You're also going to see a massive bullish move for euro and GBP. So this is what you should expect once the news is out. So you should look out for the numbers. Always look out for the numbers. Look out for the data that is being released. So with that data, you can actually now tell yourself what to do with that data. So that is all for this week. I wish you guys the very best. Like I always do tell you guys, this is high quality content. You guys don't want to miss out, so hit on your notification bell, subscribe, so you don't get to miss out from our updates. So that's all. I wish you guys the very best next week. See you guys next week.